There comes a moment in every life when you realize that chaos is not something happening to you, but something you are still holding. A moment when you see that peace. ISNT hiding from you. You've simply been too loyal to things that disturb it. And maybe you don't know when it started? Maybe it was the day you learned to respond instead of breathe. Or the day you mistook noise for a connection. Or the day you believed that being strong meant being unbreakable. But somewhere along the way, the world convinced you that peace was passive, when in truth, it is the most courageous choice a person can make. Peace requires honesty. The kind of honesty that doesn't flatter your ego. The kind that quietly reveals the habits you cling to, the people you keep chasing, the arguments you keep returning to. Not because they give you anything meaningful, but because they feel familiar. And familiar pain is easier than unfamiliar.com. And so you keep choosing storms, convincing yourself they are signs that you're alive. But the truth is that storms don't prove you reliving, they only prove you re-exhausted. And there's a softness to peace that scares people. Because peace feels like surrendered at first, like letting go of the battles you once believed defined you, like walking away from conversations you no longer need to win, like choosing silence over proving yourself. And it feels uncomfortable because your nervous system has memorized chaos as its home. But the Stoics remind us that mastery begins the moment you stop letting the world dictate your internal state. And peace, quiet, steady, unperformed is the first sign that you are mastering yourself. To choose peace is to learn the art of not reacting, not because you are weak or indifferent, but because you finally understand the cost of giving your energy to everything that tries to provoke you. And there is a strange relief that arrives the moment you realize that not everything needs your attention. Not everyone deserves your access. Not every situation requires your fire. And when you stop rushing to defend yourself, you discover that most battles were invitations you never had to accept. And maybe that's the truth that hurts the most. You were fighting wars you didn't believe in. You were carrying burdens that were never yours. You were trying to earn peace through exhaustion instead of alignment. But peace isn't something you chase, it's something you allow. And the moment you stop gripping the things that disturb your spirit, the moment you stop justifying what drains you, the moment you stop trying to fix what repeatedly breaks you, peace slips in. Quietly, like a guest you forgot you invited, and you realize that peace was never missing. You were simply too loud on the inside to hear it. Choosing peace doesn't mean avoiding life's difficulties. It means stopping the creation of unnecessary ones. Stopping the cycles where you replay old conversations in your head. Stopping the patterns where you let people disturb what they didn't participate in building. Stopping the reflex to react just because someone else wants a reaction. And this kind of restraint, gentle, deliberate, invisible as a power that does not need to announce itself. There is a moment, usually after a long season of hurt, when you look at your life and whisper, I can't live like this anymore. And that whisper is the beginning of wisdom. The moment your spirit refuses to continue trading its calm for chaos. The moment you realize that peace is not a luxury, it is survival. And the person you become when you choose peace is someone your past self would not recognize, because they were too busy trying to manage the noise around them instead of managing the stillness within them. And when you begin choosing peace consistently, you start losing interest in things that once controlled you, arguments that once ignited you, people who once triggered you, situations that once consumed you, because peace rearranges your priorities. Peace simplifies your desires. Peace teaches you that not everything is worth your inner disturbance. And there is a liberation in realizing that your strength isn't measured by how loudly you fight, but by how quietly you walk away. There'll be people who misunderstand your peace, who mistake your calm for coldness, your boundaries for distance, your silence for defeat. But this only happens because they have not yet tasted the kind of clarity that comes when your nervous system is no longer at war. And the older you get, the less interested you become in explaining your peace to people who thrive on noise, because peace is not meant to be justified. It is meant to be lived. The Stoics believed that a person is invincible once they need nothing from the outside to remain centered. And maybe that is the heart of it. Peace is not the absence of storms, it is the refusal to let them inside you. Peace is not the denial of pain, it is the decision to respond with wisdom instead of wounds. Peace is not a personality trait, it is a daily choice, a cultivated state, an internal alignment built through countless small decisions that no one sees. And when you finally choose peace not as a mood but as a lifestyle, you realize how powerful you truly are. Because you stop reacting to provocation, you stop negotiating your sanity, you stop apologizing for outgrowing chaos. And what remains is a life that feels lighter, a mind that feels clearer, a heart that feels safer, and a spirit that feels like it has finally come home. And in a world addicted to noise, that kind of quiet is revolutionary.